called off both.
I called off both weddings.
You
Yes.
a runner, you a track star.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star. I'm not God. I'm made in his image. So I don't have to meet you where you're at. All I have to do is be where I'm at.
Equally yoked is both of us got to drive to get to the top of our field, the top of our area, and we're lifting as we climb.
And that benefits us
Yes,
collectively.
yes.
Yeah.
He low-key checked her and she don't even realize that.
I said, I'm an access woman. So before you can access anything of me, my heart, my body, my mind, I'm going to need access to what I believe creates a safe space for me.
What is that?
And that is passwords to your phone. I don't
Week
need keys
one?
to your house.
I want you to speak to all over Instagram, all over TikTok, is this vignette that people are doing on the wife saying to the husband, I can't help with the rent this month. And the husband invariably saying, oh, you won't ever pay it. I want to know, especially in this souring economy, what does that do for a team who come to agreement, hey, we want to get this house, but it's going to take both of us to get it done. It is almost doing a 1950s portfolio. There's only the man that's doing it. Does it cheapen the value of that team or that husband if they're both putting into the mortgage? Or are you of the mind that just the husband should do it?
Women can say what they want to say, but the truth of the matter is, Pastor Bryant, that when a man doesn't do the nucleus of what he's built to do, which is provide, provision, protect, yes, a woman naturally, organically loses some type of respect in the form of value for that man. I've been in my field for 17 years.
Now, I'm also wondering, is she trying to equate the fact that some women's standards are above what the normal are or what they should even be required?
And I've also been I've been engaged twice, called off 2 weddings. My first engagement, I was a breadwinner. He had bread, but I was the breadwinner. My second engagement, right? I was a breadwinner the first relationship. I was a kept woman the second relationship. So I got to experience both.
And you called off both.
I called off both weddings.
You
Yes.
a runner, you a track star.
I'm a runner, I'm a track star.
So,
And
tell
that
me
has
why
been my
you
work.
keep cutting them off.
The first one I cut off because although my father was a street dude who made a lot of money in the streets, and so I was always well spoiled financially, he didn't raise me to look for a man for money,
Yes.
right? Street term. He didn't raise me to be a gold digger.
Yeah.
He raised me to find a man of good character, to find a man who looked, smelled nothing like him.
That don't even make sense if she said that he spoiled her. Automatically, that's already inserted into your mindset that a guy needs to give you and take care of you, give you things and take care of you. So that's kind of backwards what she's saying.
Right? And so I found a man of good character who was faithful, who was loving, the boy next door. He was an athlete. He just was a good man,
Yes.
but he had no work ethic. And so as I'm in this relationship trying to navigate, I would call my father constantly and say, although I'm not denying him of my body, right? Although I'm trying my best to still show up in my best form, it's causing an internal struggle because I'm winning the bread and yeah, he's domesticated, but this is not the role that feels natural for me.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And my father kept saying, but he's a good man, baby. He's a good man. This man is faithful. This man is loving. But this is coming from a father who was a great father, Pastor Bryant, but a womanizer. So he's looking at it from a protective space of, my daughter's not with a me. She's not with the womanizer.
You're right.
But I'm also
that
not
dimension of him.
that dimension.
Yes.
But I'm also not with the other part of you, Daddy, who's a provider.
Okay, first and foremost, the part that rings out to me is that she said he was an athlete. What I think it was is that you were with probably the high school jock, the popular guy. He was probably supposed to make it to the collegiate level and possibly to the pro level, and he didn't make it. And since he didn't make it, you foot the bill. He probably was a nice dude to you at least, and you just didn't. Now you're footing the bill, paying for him like a man child at that point. I think that's what I think.
So for me, it didn't work. So I left that relationship because I had stayed 6+ years. And while I was there, I got 4 degrees. He didn't even transition into work or a career.
Yeah.
And I stayed, listening to my father. He's a good man. Savannah, he's a good man. And then Savannah grew up and said, Daddy, but he a lazy man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was tearing them cheeks up. That's what kept you there. He was definitely tearing the cheeks up.
And because of that, I'm not willing to be the breadwinner. I'm
But
leaving.
let's put the hazards on before you get to that second one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people choose.
Come on.
And say, okay, I know they're not making the money, but they're faithful. Or, hey, I'm going to turn a blind eye because he's making this money.
And he paying the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't lower the standard. You didn't sit at the bar. You raised it.
Period.
Yeah.
Because when I left, I gaslit God so bad.
Woo!
I gaslit God so bad. I said,
Wow.
how could you let me stay
What?
in a relationship that long, knowing the kind of man that I want and the kind of man that I deserve? I told God, I'm faithful. I'm faithful to the man. I'm faithful to you. I'm a praying woman. I come from a good family. I've saved myself in so many ways. I'm not promiscuous. I don't believe in casual sex.
Yes.
You know, I don't even date casually. And then you send me this joker.
You ain't no saint. And for you to try and put that on God to say that, why would you keep me in this? Ma'am, God give you a brain, gives you 2 eyes, a mouth, 2 ears, and feet for you to walk your ass out of the relationship. So why would you try and put that on a higher power to say you don't have control of your own situation? You knew what you liked, you knew what situation you was in, and you wanted to ride it out. You chose wrong at that time.
Not saying he's a joker because you were a good man, but I'm saying you send me this joker who just won't even provide. I come from a daddy that provides.
Yes.
I come from a grandfather who paid all the bills. The men in our family were providers. And you send me this. So when I gaslit God, he spoke to me and said, it felt like he was looking at me because he spoke to me and he said, there's qualities in you that won't allow you to have the man that you're praying for. You're too insecure for the man that you want. You want a man to pay the bills, but that man can't always be present. You want a man who moves in a certain way, but you hold a tight grip on him.
Yeah.
Because of your abandonment issues.
Yeah.
You want a man who's alpha, but you the alpha. You want a man who wear the pants, right? But you wearing a man taking them off.
Yes.
And I said, well, what does
So basically, you the problem.
that look like? The women in my family are very domineering and they're very dogmatic and I don't know what that looks like. And I promise you, when I said, what does that look like? God started to line up women who became optics for me, who were in relationships with men who were taking care of them, financially providing for them, right? And good men. And I started to really observe them and learn, okay, wait a minute. What does submissive look like? What do these men really need in these women that I am not obviously carrying? Because I don't understand. To your point, if I don't see it, I couldn't be it.
Yes.
And I didn't see it. So I started to study these women. I started to pray and I said, God, okay, you send me good men. Let me just pray to be a good woman. Y'all watch out for that prayer. Because when I start to pray to be a good woman, boy, God said, all right, you ready? Buckle up. And I even got more mad at God because of the Moses journey he put me on to become this good woman. It stripped so much of me that I started to grieve the parts of me that were being pruned. And I had to.
So honestly, you weren't a good woman from the start. So how are you saying, even the first time when you were saying like, I'm a good woman, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, why you have me in this relationship? I thought you were a good woman. Now God is sending you through another trial and tribulation to further prove that you're a good woman. Man, it sounds like you capping.
To become fearless to the parts of me that were starting to evolve and mature in me.
That's great.
So then I met my second fiance.
Wait, before you go to that one. So the first one you was with for 6 years.
She don't even
About
know.
More like 8 years. Yeah,
8 years.
Yeah,
okay.
all of my 20s until I was 30. I didn't leave until I was 30.
So the therapist suggests it takes a man 175 days to figure out if a woman is married material.
He figured that thing out in about 2 weeks because he was ready.
Okay. So why did it take you so long?
Yeah, because of what I now teach against. I seen potential. And although my father is extremely wise counsel in a lot of areas, that wasn't wise counsel for me in the relationship department to stay because my father seen safety. And I'm not a safe woman, meaning I'm fearless. I don't need safety.
Yeah.
I want what I want.
You are celebrating through the yellow light.
Hello. And if whatever I want comes with a price, I'm a big dog. I could pay it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. And I'm not afraid of debt. So whatever I got to do, run the play.
Yeah.
But I want what I want.
See, you led with your money. That's the problem. You got an athlete. You thought he was probably gonna make it. He probably was raising you up good, sexing you good. He didn't make it, and then he became a man child, and you still led with your money. Now you're just a headache at that point.
And so the counsel that I thought was wise to me wasn't, but also that first relationship, my fiance at that time said, I'm a buffer for you. He said that to me. He said, I'm a buffer for you. And he mimicked what God said after he had already said it. You're too insecure for the man you want. So you got me. And I thought, how as a man can you say that, still want to marry me, and you feel like you're my buffer? I mean, how, two flip sides, right? How in love or loving of me do you have to be to say, I will facilitate you while I let you buff on me to become equipped for what you really want?
Breaking that down, y'all, basically he liked her more than she liked him. And I think at first she liked him a lot, but once he didn't become the man who she thought he was supposed to become, the role switched to where he started being more infatuated with her, and he basically needed her with that amount of money that I think that she said she was making. And then from there, she started looking at him like, you kind of disgust me because you're not doing your natural job as a man.
I'm not built like that.
No, me neither.
You let me know I'm a buffer. I'm a buff on up out of here.
Oh yeah, no,
real quick.
I'm Dodge tough.
Right?
I'm
So
a Ram truck.
Hello, I stayed because there was potential in this young man that he never reached. And I tell women this all the time: potential will leave you with potential. Period. People are who they are. And there's a big chance that whoever they are will be who you're with 5, 10, 15 years from then. So if you don't like who they are, don't stick with the potential.
Okay, hold on now.
Possibly.
Hold on. That's
always
fine in your 20s. But we got to go back there, because what social media is doing is people want 8 years is too long. 6 years is too long. But sometimes you got to meet people at potential and grow with them.
Yeah, that is true.
So let me challenge that, because God says my thoughts are not your thoughts and my ways are not your ways, and I'll meet you where you at.
Yes.
God meets people where they're at.
Yes.
Because his thoughts are not your thoughts. His ways are not your ways. I'm not God. I'm made in his image. So I don't have to meet you where you're at. All I have to do is be where I'm at and make the best decision for where I'm at and where we can build together. That means that I don't have to be in your potential.
Yeah,
now,
that's basically saying that women meet guys at the finish line. These type of women, not all. I do believe early relationships, the ones in their 20s, both of y'all ain't gonna have shit. I think, honestly, the best characteristic, if you're a guy and you're looking for, I think the girl should be, if you're a loyal woman and a follower to the guy, good trait. If you're a guy that's willing to provide and want to care for, your situation, you're a good guy. I think everything else can be fixed outside of that. I think those are the main two characteristics that are needed to form a relationship to last, to test the time.
Well, how are we growing together? Yeah. How are we growing together? Let's say we going in the Michael J. Fox time machine.
Okay, let's do it.
We in the DeLorean right now. So we going back to 22.
Yes.
We both 22. We just coming out of college. We both got student loan debts. My potential says that I'm going to be an emerging entrepreneur. I'm going to move. But everybody wants the finished product. Nobody wants the crock pot.
At 42.
Yeah, I'm dealing with your 20s.
22.
Yes.
So at 22, it's age appropriate.
Yes.
If you're 22, if you're 25, I think even if you right at
28.
If you're below 30, and you
that?
see potential in somebody, then yes, you can bank on that.
Yes.
Or you can pray on that. But potential isn't somebody who you are clothing with the idea of what you want them to be, but you see them making no type of actions or moves in that direction. My guy, with all due respect, he was very lazy, meaning when I left at 8 a.m. to go to school and I had 26 units per semester, he was sitting on the couch.
26 a semester.
26 units a semester. When I got back, Pastor Bryant, he was sitting on the couch in the same spot. He may have cleaned up a little bit and made sure we had a meal.
Yes.
But at 22, I didn't know what I know now, that it wasn't his potential I was banking on. It was my ideology that I clothed him with that I was banking on him becoming. And I thought because I was so ambitious and I was moving and grooving, 26 units, I'm running a mobile legal company, I'm making $300,000 plus some years, at 21, 22. I'm
What?
owning. I have a whole real estate portfolio. I'm driving luxury cars. I'm doing these things that I felt like
You was making $300K at like 21, 22, man. You the recipe for your own disaster.
how can he not be an observation of me and not Annie up? That is not how it works.
No.
What's in you is in you. And I activate and water what's already in you. I don't give you nothing.
W- w-
I'm gonna say this real quick, y'all. She self-destructed herself. Not saying that she wasn't supposed to be making that much money, but you making $300K at like 21, 22, and then you gotta look at it like this: you making that much money, ma'am. It's your fault on everything that happened. You stayed damn near what he said 8. She said 8 years. You stayed 8 years in a relationship with potential because you met somebody that I guess was probably physically your type. He probably, rocked your world. He looked good to you. You was infatuated, but you stayed for 8 years, which was just horrible on your part. So to sit here and say that people don't need to take chances on people, ma'am, you stayed for 8 goddamn years. And yours wasn't really just looking at the potential part. I think you just really stayed because you tried to turn you like what she was about to say. She tried to inspire him. That shit don't work. When the woman is trying to inspire, it only works the opposite way. The man is usually going to inspire the woman. Your man ain't gonna get inspired from you most of the time. It might happen, but not usually.
On one side, two things. One, I tell my staff, you can't teach initiative. You can't. You're going to have it on your own.
Yeah.
The reverse of that is if the man has that drive, a woman who is his partner will gravitate to it. But if it's the other way around,
It's not gonna work.
Talk
Never
to
gonna
him.
work.
yeah, the positive only works with a negative with a car battery. It does not happen with relationships.
Come on.
You got to bring that positive, two positives together to pull it all the way up to get to the next level. CEOs who go to different corporations, move around, they're going to take their secretary. The secretary ain't got 6 degrees,
Come on.
but she got the initiative to do forward thinking. Hey, Dr. Bryant, I know you got a flight today, so I done sent your driver to go pick you up lunch. It's forward thinking.
Yes.
So being equally yoked doesn't mean you making 300 and I'm making
Come on.
300. Equally yoked is both of us got to drive to get to the top of our field, the top of our area, and we're lifting as we climb.
And that benefits us
Yes,
collectively.
yes.
Yeah.
He low key checked her and she didn't even realize that. She was basing it off the amount of money. He was basing it off of both of y'all getting to where y'all supposed to be at your own, journeys, but still coming to a common goal, which is being together.
Yes.
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 Because
So you
with the
gotta-
whole notion of what do you bring to the table is just make sure it ain't just a fork.
Yeah.
And I
Because
love
I don't
that.
want you eating on my plate.
He
And I
checked
love
her.
that because I also believe I can't tell you what I'm bringing to the table until I've taken inventory of what you need at the table.
Listen.
I think it's not about me bringing what I'm going to give you.
Yes.
It's about, in a relationship setting, baby, what's missing from this table? Let me see if I have it. Because if I do, it's yours. Because what if I bring and double down on what you already have there?
You shouldn't even have to ask that question. You should be able to insert yourself and understand his life and see how he operates, and you just kind of know at that point. And he might even tell you certain things, but you really shouldn't have to ask that question.
We don't need 2 mashed potatoes. We don't need 2 king chairs.
No.
We don't need two. We may need 2 bottles of wine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't
Yes.
need 2 of some things.
Yes.
So I always try to teach the tool to my men and women when I'm in session or speaking. Let's not try to come in with these preconceived, this is what I got, this is who I am.
Yes.
How about, baby, what's missing that I can add to it?
Yes.
What has always been missing from your table? Because if I got it, I want to bring it. And you may need to bring less than you even think you do or more.
Or
but
different.
take inventory or different.
Yes.
But take inventory because at the end of the day, if this table is ours and we commune here, then our job collectively is to make sure that this table goes without deficit. And at that point, after I choose you, I trust you, I shouldn't be taking score of, did he bring the potatoes? Did I bring this? Was it $5 or $10? It's baby, I'm in this. What's up? What we bringing?
And do not bring to the table flatware to Negroes who are used to plastic utensils. Because they
about it.
won't even know how to appreciate. My late grandmother on Saturdays used to polish her, her silverware because she was just so proud of. They don't even make china closets
They
no more.
don't.
So it's the mind frame of, is this table collapsible?
Real sassy guy over here.
Right.
Does this table have an extension? And the difficult question nobody's asking, how many other people you got at this table?
Stop playing with me. Stop playing. Look, you talking.
Is this a table for two?
You speaking to a territorial woman now. Y'all, he about to get me fired up. I'm territorial.
Yes.
So not only is the table at
We
home
don't
for
about to
two,
keep
the
nobody.
reservations better be for two, the flight better be for two, everything we do better be for two until I create a three. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
And that question should be asked on number one. I was talking to a guy for 1 week.
Yes.
7 days. I said, let me ask you something. How many other women are you talking to? How many other? He
This
said,
is date one.
this is day
Week
7.
one. Week one. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Day 7.
Yes.
Because we're long distance.
Yes.
So it was a lot of conversation. On day 7, I said, you're creating a space for me that is making me feel like I want to give more of myself. But before I do that, I have a question. How many other women are you talking to? And he said, none. I said, okay. I said, and before we move forward with me giving more of myself, and when I say more of myself, I'm speaking of my emotions and my
Yes.
time, not my body,
Yes.
at least not at that space. I said, I'm an access woman. So before you can access anything of me, my heart, my body, my mind, I'm going to need access to what I believe creates a safe space for me.
What is that?
And that is passwords to your phone. I don't
Week
need keys
one?
to your house.
What?
I'm not saying I need the password on week 1. What I'm saying is, are you comfortable with doing that when we get to that space?
When we get to,
You gonna lose any guy off the rip after week 1 and you talking about I need passwords to your phone. Why do you need passwords to the phone? Let me offer them later on down the line. Like, that's something that I reserve for a serious relationship, not somebody that I'm just about to date right now. And honestly, if you asking that question, that means you probably got some inner trauma that you're working on for you to even be asking that off the rip first.
When we
but
get
you're
to
not
that
asking
space.
that for week 1.
No.
long
I'm not
distance.
saying week 1, give me your password.
Okay.
I'm saying that when
Okay.
we move into that space,
Yes.
because now I'm feeling like I want to spend more time with you. I want to invest equity into this relationship.
Yes.
Equity for me in week 1 is time, conversation on the phone, and
Yes.
yes, you can fly me to come see you.
Yes.
That's equity for me.
That's fine.
Okay. But when we get to the space of now, this environment has become safe and my body is now feeling moved to want to be intimate with you.
Yes.
Or my heart is feeling moved to want to be committed to you. When we get there, I know that I'm going to ask for access. So I'm not going to set myself up to get there, ask for it, and then this is not what you're in alignment with, because the longer I stay, the more expensive it is for me to pull out. So,
Yes, but does that not bring to bear a presumption of guilt or absence of trust that at the door, I need a passcode?
with that,
But if I am giving you
Yeah,
no
yeah,
red
yeah.
flags, no flashing lights, the phone ain't vibrating.
yeah.
I
love this. No, I love
so
this
why do you
question.
come straight into the door like, hey, I got to trust,
Yeah.
come behind you. Am I
Trust issues.
carrying what happened with the last
I love this
situation?
No, because both of my fiancés, knock on wood,
Yes.
was no infidelity that I know of.
Okay.
And I had access to phone, computer, Instagram, Facebook, bank account, and we lived together. So I obviously had access to our home. And I would navigate the phone. They would navigate mine. And we never, ever had a conversation about another woman or man that had to create division between our relationship. I never left for that. So
You want to know why? Because she's making guys into exceptional cheaters. All this sauce that she's trying to give about, I need the passwords. Dudes are gonna get around that. They're gonna give you the password, and they're gonna find other ways to hide messages, cheat, have another phone. Like, what she's doing is just creating another army of super cheaters.
I'm not bringing in a per se redo
Yeah.
to this new dating space. What I'm doing is saying, I'm not wanting your passcode so I can access your phone so I can see that you're cheating. I don't want to be broken, Pastor Bryant. I don't want to be dismantled.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hurt. For me, that's a reassurance. And as the Bible says, love your partner by knowledge of them, well, I'm giving you knowledge of me. So if that works for you, then align with me. If it doesn't, let's pivot now. And there's no hard feelings.
So the phone code is a breaker.
Oh, is it a non-negotiable?
yes.
It is. the passcode, access. Let me say it because
Hey.
I'm single and I'm in my choosing phase.
Yes.
And I'm choosing
And I've
my
given you
husband.
no reason.
There's not a reason. It's
Why would somebody want to marry you at this? Man, let me keep going.
called transparency. I operate from a place of transparency, not honesty. Honesty means I have to ask you questions. I don't want a relationship with you when I have to drill you like an investigator. When you're talking about trust, an investigator has to ask you 500 questions to figure out what their clarity is that they're seeking. That's not the relationship I seek. I seek transparency. Transparency is, baby, I have a flight at 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
When I land, I have a meeting. And X, Y, and Z will be there. And I happen to still do business with the guy I used to date before you because he's in on this deal. He'll be there too. That's transparency. So you
Right.
wouldn't have to ask me anything.
Yes.
For me, transparency is also we are transparencing together. You have access to my body, don't you? If we get to that space, you have access to my heart, to my mind, right? To me, my heart, my mind, my body is more valuable than that punk ass phone. So for me, if all I'm asking for is access to something that you have nothing to hide, that I'm not saying I want it to pick up and go through, because if I want to pick it up and go through it, Pastor Brian, guess what? I ain't got to ask for the password because you know everybody can find that out. That's easy work. To find out women find out passwords all day long.
So why even say that? Because all you're gonna do is make yourself look like the dominating member of the relationship. You're gonna look like the one that's trying to bully the other person. Yo, I need that password about you. I need that password or you ain't getting in these guts. Like, why do that? Like, you should just let it be organic and get to that point to where he has his phone on the table or he has it more open or he's leaving it open around you. He's going to the bathroom and it's just left unlocked. That means he doesn't care already at that point. But if you got to automatically go into it with a question, the question already initiates the fact that you don't trust me and you already got a certain personality that I probably don't need to deal with.
Let's keep it real.
Listen.
Do they not? Do they not? Do they not?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
wait a minute. So is it not better to have a woman that says to you, baby, I'm asking for access because I never want to really, I'm not trying to pry into your privacy and sneak into your phone. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let me disclaimer, I'm not going to do that. So all I'm saying is I want access to it because being that I have access to it means that you've given me permission and authority.
Right, but if
okay,
you-
hold on.
yes.
And giving me permission and authority
Yes.
is the love language. Stick with me. It's the principle. It's not the password. It's the fact that you said, baby, here goes a key to my house. So when I'm out of town, you can leave when you want to. That doesn't mean I want to go run through your drawers and see what's in there. That means you're giving me access and authority to your home.
She doesn't even realize by her asking the question already ruined the relationship on. If it was me, you asking that already ruins it. You have to let some things be organic. If you come out asking questions, it's not organic. And then it becomes you're just an annoying person and I don't want to be around you. That's what happens after that.
That's a principle that opens up a space for me that's called a love language.
That's not.
I am not going to be in a bed
And that's
with a
unrealistic.
man who can access my body that is priceless, and I can't access a $89.99 or $499.99 Samsung or iPhone because you think that's a breach of your privacy. You keep your $500 phone over there, and I'll keep my priceless mind, body, and soul over here. I have yet to have an issue with being in a relationship with a man, and I have been engaged multiple times.
Yes.
And I have in these 6 years said no to multiple rings because I
Yes.
refuse to get engaged again without going through with it.
Yes.
Damn.
I have yet to have an issue with the man who's not a womanizer, who wouldn't say password. I don't care about that. Okay, so what? And this is the thing. If you need to do what you do, womanizer, and you want to keep a woman of my caliber and you think you just that smart to do it,
Caliber.
run the password, get another phone and do it your way. But I'm not going to make it easy for you.
Yes.
If you want her that bad, get a phone for her and keep that shit over there.
I'm with
But
you
you're
on the
going to
50
respect
yard
this
line.
space.
I'm with you on the 50-yard line.
I'm listening.
Where I'm throwing.
The fact that she said her caliber, like, ma'am, you trying to say you better than other women? What is it? You feel like because you make as much money as you make that you're better than other women? Is it your mindset? Because obviously it's not your mindset, because a lot of the things that you say is not conducive to a healthy relationship or what men are looking for. The majority of men looking for. That's why you still haven't found a stable relationship yet. I mean, you're in the same situation as the rest of the women.
throwing a flag on the field
I'm listening.
is that nobody would be giving you a key to the house the first week.
And
You asked this in the first 7 days.
Yeah.
So in the first
wait,
7
clear
days.
it up, Pastor Bryant. Clear it up. I didn't ask for the password in 7 days.
Yes.
I asked that when we get to this road of commitment. And
I understood.
Yes, of commitment.
Yes.
Part of committing to me, just like there's commitment standards for you and other men, is access. Because when you commit to me, I'm giving you access to me. And if you can't honor and respect access to me, being a part of me, accessing everything that comes with you, then we don't have a commitment. And we are not operating from a space of what works for us collectively. Now we're operating from a space of what works for you. And there's a two-party relationship here.
I'm almost there. I want to be there.
Are you at 70 yet?
I want to be there.
The 70-yard line
No,
yet?
we at 55. we at the speed limit. It's a bump in the road. My question is,
let me ask you this. Does your wife have your password?
yes.
So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, my wife.
So what are we talking about here?
She didn't have it that first week now.
But did
she
she
didn't
have it? Did she
and I
have
wasn't
it,
just
did she
giving
have
out
it before
keys.
she was
Facts.
before she was your wife?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're in the end zone.
Yes.
Now we in the end
yes,
zone.
for a
we
wife,
drove it
sure,
there.
have it.
So he caught the
Have the key. Have the alarm
Brady.
code.
It's a difference. When it's a wife situation, my wife got mine. If I die, she needs to be able to check and get into certain accounts and things like that to get records and things like that. Of course she has it for those reasons. But every situation is not going to happen early on. And in a relationship, and I'm going to be honest, most guys are going to give their password up. Because let's say they give their girl their phone. Oh, yeah. Here go my phone. Go ahead and use it. Password, boom, boom, boom. Most couples are going to have already exchanged it. The fact with Mrs. Bryant's problem is the fact that she even asked the question, which initiates a problem. You don't have to ask. Let it be organic. If that dude rock with you, he's gonna be open with you. But if you come out already with these prerequisites, it's a possibility that can go ahead and just go down the toilet.
He threw it.
Yes.
Moss caught it.
Yes.
We good.
Yeah.
We good.
Okay.
You proving my point. Why did you give this woman your password?
Yes.
Why?
Again, the password is not my issue.
But
Doc.
is it because you have
mine
nothing to
is-
trust,
no.
or was it to reassure her?
I'm dealing with the timing.
It's different.
I'm dealing with the timing of those 7 days. So let's flip
go.
it on
Let's
the
go.
man side.
Okay.
So if I said to you in the first 7 days, hey,
Hell no. I'm just playing.
no. Yeah.